Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This episode's all about stacking that cash while being a teenager. If you don't know me, my name's Tyson. I've been a professional rodeo athlete for 21 years, and all through my professional rodeo career and way before, I've been an entrepreneur. I've had businesses. I've worked hard ever since I was like 5 years old. And so that's why I decided to put this video out. I get teenagers, I get young adults, 20 years old. They're like, Tyson, how can I make money? How can I go achieve world champion status like you? How can I go get brand deals from big sponsors like that? And it all starts with this one massive concept. I trade value for dollars. If you look at business and making money through the lens of value for dollars, it has no age limit. So if you're 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, if you're a young adult, if you're one of these young men or young women out there trying to hustle and grind, you got to get it out of your head that I'm too young to earn money. You know, like with the internet, we have individuals who are literally 14, 15, 16 years old making millions of dollars on the internet. Now, how I made $30,000 a year as a teenager is not with the internet. When I was a teenager, there was actually no internet. So I had to do it the old school way. Hustle, grind, hard work. And if you stick with me on my story about how I created $30,000 a year, a couple years in high school in a row, I'm gonna give you 3 massive tips that will help you, no matter what age you are, make a ton of money. Above and beyond that, at the end of the video, I'm gonna give you 6 jobs that you can do in your teens or early 20s that will allow you to make 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures. So let's get going. I want you to get it stuck in your head that we trade value for money. Anybody who knows business knows it's all about providing value and getting that paper, that green, that moolah, that thing in your pocket in return for providing that value. On the flip side, if you don't provide any value, you're not gonna get any money. So the truth is, where you're at, even if you're a young adult, even if you're a teenager, even if you're earlier 20s, or really whatever age you are, you have to get it through your head that I just have to provide value. Above and beyond that, you should ask yourself, how can I provide value? You see, little side tangent, little side note. The way a world champion thinks, the way that I think, the way that millionaires think, is they never look at things through the lens of negativity. Many people will say, I can never provide value. I can never make that much money. I could never. Instead, you need to ask yourself, how can I? You take a negative statement and turn it into a positive thing. And then that will allow you to grow. Example being, I could never make enough money. Positive thing, how can I make enough money? See, we flip it, we turn it into a positive question, something optimistic that opens up our mind for expansion. Now for myself, I started way back. If you don't know my story, haven't seen any of the other videos on my YouTube channel, I started from nothing. Like my mom was literally pregnant with me, living in a barn on a dirt floor with no running water. I come from very humble beginnings, much more humble beginnings than most of the people in this country. And I'm a multi-millionaire. I don't tell you that to brag. I just tell you that so that you know it could be possible for you. So when I was very young, one of the jobs we had to do on the farm was shoeing horses. We had to, take the shoes off the horse, trim their foot down, like clipping your toenails, and then put it back on. Well, at a very young age, I learned how to take the shoes, I would pull the nails out of them, clean the shoe off, and then hand it back. And my brother would do all the work, or my dad would do all the work. The guys that knew this skill, that were providing the value, they did all the work and they made all the money. Well, my brother would leave every day for a couple hours. I'm thinking, why does he get to leave the farm every day for a couple hours? I quickly found out that my brother was doing farrier services for other people in the neighborhood. So I'm like, hey bro, why don't I just go with you and you can teach me how to shoe horses just like you are, and then I can make money too. I can also do this job. So that's exactly what I did. At age 10, my brother started taking me with him to all his appointments, and I basically did low value tasks in exchange for the ability to leave the farm. I wasn't even getting any money. After I got better at that low value task, like cleaning the shoe, taking the nails out, then he was like, hey, I'll give you $5 per horse if you can clean the nails out, and then you can make the shoe level so it fits flat on the horse's foot. So boom, I learned how to do that. And then I was like, hey, what else can I do? The next thing he was like, hey, if you can finish the horse's foot off and clinch the nails down and make sure that's all done right for me, then I can do my job faster. Plus I can pay you not $5 a horse, but maybe $10 or $15 a horse. So then I learned a new skill. I was able to make a little bit more money. Well, pretty soon, fast forward a couple of years down the road, I was able to learn how to shoe a horse completely all by myself. So much to the point where when I was a freshman in high school, I actually hired the upperclassmen to drive me to my appointments to do farrier services for everybody in the area. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're a teenager. You're not interested in working physically like I did. If you stick with me again to the end of this video, I'm gonna give you 3 things that you could do to make 5 figures, 6 figures, or even 7 figures while all working from a computer. So as a freshman and as a sophomore, before I got my license, I had started shoeing horses for people out in the community. And then I began to get a reputation as somebody who did a good job, who showed up on time, somebody who they could count on, somebody that they could rely on. And the best thing about farrier services, you have to have it every 6 to 8 weeks. So every 6 to 8 weeks, these were repeat customers for me. I didn't have to go out and find new customers. I could just repeat customer, do a great job, and keep these customers all the way through high school. And that's how I did it. The main thing is I treated my customers amazing. I provided very, very good value for the price that I was charging. I was reliable. I showed up on time. And so by the time I was a junior in high school, I made $33,000 that year going and doing farrier services for the people in the community. By the time I was senior, I made over $33,000 doing farrier services. And at this point, I had started winning as a professional athlete. Well, not technically a professional at that point, but I was earning money. And so I started earning money at rodeo, and I was able to put a ton of money in my bank account. Think about it. If you could learn a skill or a service and provide value in exchange for dollars, like what could you achieve over the course of your high school career? Oh, even over the course of your college career, like what could you achieve? Let me tell you what I did. By the time I graduated high school, I had my truck that was completely paid for. It was a Dodge diesel dually pickup that blew smoke rings out the back and had straight pipes. It was loud as heck and I loved it. It was completely paid for. I had $30,000 in my checking account at that point as a teenager. Could you imagine it, being 18 years old and being taught by teachers who had less money than you? That was me. I always carried a wad of 100s in my pocket, at least $1,000 in cash at all points. So think about it. If you could put together this kind of money, provide this kind of value, how much money could you make? And that's really what this is all about. It's all about putting the money in your pocket. And in saying that, here's 3 tips that you can use to put massive amounts of money in your pocket. Number 1, find that thing that you enjoy doing, something that you can earn more than like $10 an hour at a high school job or $12 an hour at a high school job. Find that thing that you can do that you enjoy and master that craft. I call it being hungry for the hustle. Number 2, track every penny. Every day I would get my checks, I would go to the bank, I would deposit the checks, and I just remember feeling like I feel amazing taking the checks, signing my name on the back, and then depositing them into a checking account. I did this every single day. I would deposit $100, $200, $300, some days even like $400 or $500 at one time in high school. I did this so much that the girls that worked as bank tellers, when I would drive through, they would say, "There's the richest little kid in town." So track every single penny. Make every cent count. And if you're young, this is awesome because you don't have rent to pay for. You don't have insurance to pay for. You probably don't even have your clothes or your food to pay for. Your parents might be paying for a lot of it. So utilize this time to stack that cash. Tip number 3, you must plan for expansion. Yeah, you're making $1,000, $2,000, $300, $500 in high school or in college. That is incredible, but never let penny pinching become a lifestyle. You must always plan for expansion. And that's why I'm such a big believer in like growing mentally. Let's be mentally tough. We don't know this skill? All right, I may not have confidence in the ability to go do that thing right now, but I have confidence in my ability and believing in myself and know that I can figure it out. And this is the mistake that I see a lot of people make. They get good at doing a hustle or having a grind or having a business or having something small, and they penny pinch their way through life, which is fine. You can actually become a millionaire penny pinching. But penny pinching plus planning on expansion is the way to become a multimillionaire and the way to do it the fastest. And so as planned, here are the jobs that you could do while in high school and make a lot of money doing it. The first thing you need to do is you need to ask yourself, what kind of person am I? What do I like to do? Myself back then, I didn't mind breaking my back. I didn't mind working physically. So I did a lot of physical jobs. If that's you and that's the way that you think, that's awesome. I also have some other jobs here in just a second that are gonna teach you if you like banging away on a keyboard, if you like doing digital stuff like I'm doing right now in front of this camera. I got some wicked cool jobs for you, so wait here just one second. And so if you like doing physical labor jobs, here are a couple jobs that will allow you to go out and not have to learn a massive skill, but be able to put in the work, do a great job, and provide value for people in exchange for money. Number one is pressure washing. Pressure washing is a great way to make a living. It's very simple. Before, after, dirty as heck, clean as a whistle. That's all you have to do. If you're on social media and you start a pressure washing business at 16, all you have to do is throw up some before and afters of something looking incredibly dirty and then incredibly clean, post them on social media and geo-fence the area and boost that post, and you'll probably get 3 or 4 clients right off the bat. The next thing that you could do, if you don't mind pressure washing, is make a little door hanger, like the Clean King from whatever town you're from, and go and hang it on every door. You could pressure wash the house, you could do gutter cleaning, you could clean windows, you could pressure wash the driveway, you could pressure wash trash cans. There's a ton of stuff that you could do with pressure wash. Number 2, basically the same concept, car detailing. You see, my nephew came to me the other day, he said, "Hey Tyson, I'm thinking about doing this business. I want to do car detailing or car cleaning." And I'm like, that is an awesome idea. Because I've tried to get people out here to clean one of my 3 pickups all the time, and it's a pain in the butt. If you can clean and you are willing to take pride in your work, there are people who will pay you $100 to $150 per car to clean their car. And guess what? It's continuity, it's subscription. Think a lot about my horseshoeing business where it's repeat customer every 8 weeks. What if you could go clean that car every 4 weeks or every 8 weeks? And lessen your workload when you do it because you're on continuity, and instead of $150 you charge $120 and you had a repeat customer and you banged out for them. That's how you make money. The last one is probably the oldest one in the book, lawn care, landscaping, that kind of business. Again, de-weeding somebody's landscaping. Something I hate doing, something I can never get anybody to do. And you don't need to be brilliant to do this. You could go earn $100 every day after school by de-weeding somebody's landscaping. Very simple. Go mow lawns. Go buy a good Toro. Haha, plug for my sponsors. I love it. Right there. So go buy a good Toro mower at your local Home Depot or whatever for $4,000 and go mow some lawns, man. Learn about creating the greenest lawn in the world and hire your high school buddies to come and weed eat and do that stuff for you. This is a great business because when you're young, you have time and you have muscle. As you get older, you have less time because it splits so many ways, and you know what? Your back starts hurting. So if I was a young person, one of these 3 businesses would be exactly what I would do to earn way more than $30,000 a year while in high school. All right, so let's say you're in high school and you hate absolutely doing any physical labor. Like you like banging away on a keyboard, you like networking with people online, you like gaming or something like that. If you're one of those individuals, I have 3 amazing jobs that's gonna fit you perfectly. Number 1 is social media manager. Most of your businesses in your area don't even have a social media. And if they have it, they suck at it. They post once every week or once every month. They get like 12 likes on their photos. You can position yourself as an expert. And guess what? A lot of these businesses or people that don't like social media think that young people know everything about social media just because they're young. So capitalize on that. Go DM 50 or 100 businesses in your area that you would love to manage their social media, and guess what? You'll do it for the first month for free. Then show them that you're a badass and you're doing your job amazing. You will get tons of business by doing this. Number 2, logo design. If you're one of those people that love doing design work or different things on the computer, think about logo design. Tons of businesses out there or startups or individuals need logos designed and they're not aware of, artificial intelligence. If you're good with a computer, use AI to go out and help generate some of these logos. It's a brilliant idea. You could probably get $100 to $200 to design these logos and sell them to people and let AI do all the work for you. It's easy, it's simple. And guess what? It could be a faceless brand. The logo design company that you have could be only online, never meet in person. They don't care if you're 14 years old. They don't care if you're 16 years old. They only care if you come up with amazing concept. The last thing is social media video editing. Guys like me, we need editors like crazy. And so guess what? Most of your influencer people that you follow need somebody to edit these videos, and they don't have anybody. And if they do have somebody, it's expensive. So what can you do? You DM them and say, hey, I love your work. I love what you're doing. I love what you're putting out there. I'm gonna go ahead and rip all of this video from Instagram, TikTok, so you don't even have to send me a downloadable link. I'm gonna do all the work for you. I'm gonna create these videos and I'm gonna send them back to you. If you think they're good, then hey, I could do more of these for you for 25 bucks a video or 50 bucks a video. You see how when you're thinking about doing some of these jobs, you do all the work on the front end and then you push it to the customer. Like the video editing thing. If somebody was to rip a bunch of videos of mine off Instagram, off Facebook or whatever and create wicked, cool reels and shorts and different things that I could put across all social media platforms, I would literally pay them. I would probably bring them on the team if they were good. But if you come with a giving hand, that is the key. I don't care if you're doing lawn care, or I don't care if you're doing video editing. If you come with a giving hand, people will want to hire you, especially if you do good work. So no matter what age you are, I want you to think about this one thing. How can I provide massive value for somebody? And then secondly, I want you to think, how much is it worth for me to do that? And if you think in this framework, it's gonna take the limitations off your age. It's gonna take the limitations off of you being 14 years old or 15 years old or any of that. If you go provide massive value for people up front without asking for anything, people will want to throw you business. It's how I made $30,000 a year while in high school, and it's how I've made millions of dollars since I graduated high school. If you like this video and you think it was awesome, do me a favor. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me about the business that you're gonna start, or if you have any questions, I will do my best to get back to every single comment below. I'm always rooting for you. I'm the Cowboy in Pink. I'm here to motivate, lift you, inspire you, and hopefully give you some tips that will allow you to crank out the cash. Much love. Take care.